50 Shades of Grey is a 2015 film that is based on the novel with the same name. And look, I gotta be honest, I had no intentions of ever watching or reviewing this movie. Why would I? Looking at the premise or the trailer, there's nothing here that would interest me. But my best friend, she was hell-bent on watching this movie, and she kind of begged me to take her. So I took her. And I wanted to keep an open mind. I remember when the book came out, and women reading it and loving it, going crazy over it. Let's see if the movie lives up to it. And before I get started, I want to mention that I haven't read the book, because I don't want people to comment and say, oh, you haven't read the book, so you don't know what you're talking about. Read the book before you watch the movie. You know what? Fuck you. This is a movie. They're not one and the same. You don't have to read one to watch the other. They're different. I'm judging the movie based on the movie, which is what it was made for. Now the plot is we meet this character, Anastasia Steele, played by Dakota Johnson, and she is going to interview Christian Grey, played by Jamie Dornan. And the interview's a little awkward, but for some reason, Christian has a liking to Anastasia, so he kind of starts pursuing her, but it's not to date her, like you would think. No, he doesn't date. He doesn't do relationships. What he does is fuck. And the way that he does it is pretty out there. In fact, it's so out there that he wants her to sign some contracts. Contracts basically saying, one, that she won't talk about whatever they're going to be doing to anyone. And two, is that she will submit herself to him. Yeah. So that's pretty much what the whole movie's about. Now, what I thought of it was what you would expect. This isn't for me. I was watching it and I was amazed, actually, by all of the women in the audience who were just eating this shit up. They loved it. They loved everything about it. They couldn't get enough of this Christian Grey character. And I tried to figure out why exactly. Because, I don't know, he came off creepy to me. I'm looking at him, the way he's talking, and the way that he's so possessive and controlling, and the way how he's like, I don't do feelings. We're not going to sleep in the same bed together. We're not going to have a traditional relationship. I just want to fuck you. And I'm going to tie you up when I do it. I'm going to use bondage and whips and chains and chainsaws and whatever the fuck he has in his dungeon room. Or, I'm sorry, playroom. And women are loving it. And I'm like, holy fuck, well, if it was that fucking easy, then let me write this shit down, right? No, I started to figure out that it has to be. This only makes sense. It has to be because this guy is rich and good looking. Which, I mean, duh, surprise, surprise. All you have to do is be rich and good looking in order to do whatever the fuck you want. Because for any woman to agree and sign a fucking contract to want to partake in this whole weird and creepy situation, that's what you need. I guess it's just, as much as I was maybe a little curious to see how they got together, how she was being lured into this whole new world that she knew nothing about, then there's just, it's almost nothing but 2 hours of sex. Which is like, okay, sure, all of these women are loving it, right? Constant sex scenes over and over again. But that's really all what the movie was, or at least that's what it felt like after a while. It didn't really feel like there was a real direction. I mean, sure, you have the mystery behind this Christian Grey character, why he is the way that he is. Why does he want to do this to women and try to figure out maybe some of his backstory, but you don't really get that. So you're sort of just left, especially at the end of this movie, going, wow, that was 2 hours, huh? Well, I guess they're going to do some sequels, so there you go. Again, this wasn't really for me. And I'm trying to be fair. I am. I'm not really bashing it. I don't have a whole lot of bad things to say. I can see that women are loving it. So as far as a rating goes, if you're talking to me, I would give it a rental, and I think I'm being generous. But if you're talking about women who are just loving the fuck out of this movie, it's a full price. I mean, there's nothing else that they're going to want to see this weekend, Valentine's weekend. It's the perfect movie for them. They're going to love it. And trust me, while watching it, they're going to get in a pretty good mood after watching this movie. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you saw 50 Shades of Grey. What'd you think of it? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.